Very important question for you in a dysfunctional relationship. Are you enmeshed? Now, this can be in your relationship with your family of origin, or this could be in your marriage, or this could be as a parent with your children, or it could be as an adult child with your parents still, which is your family of origin. So, but it might just be with your parents and not your whole family. So it's very important to understand what that means. What does an enmeshment mean? Enmeshment. Enmeshment. Okay. So in a relationship, two people are in the relationship, but even if it's a marriage, they're still two separate people. Okay, two separate people. So if you're two people in a relationship, you still have two separate opinions, two separate beliefs, two separate needs, two separate feelings, two separate ideas, two separate identities, and the right to make choices. So even in a marriage, you are one in your sexual union, you are still individuals who will give an individual account to God in the afterlife for your choices. So your individual choices still matter. So here are some questions to ask you. Do you have trouble figuring out what you want and need? You know better what other people want and need. That's enmeshment. That means you're not an independent self. You're not your own person. You're more fused with other people. You know what they want and need, but you see yourself maybe just like them, and you don't see your own needs separate from those. Enmeshment. Do you take better care of other people than yourself? Enmeshment. Because their needs, again, matter more. Not only do you not know your own needs and know theirs, but now you take care of their needs and ignore your own. How does this work? You're taking care of everyone in the family. Everybody's got their health needs, their problems, but you ignore your own health. You don't eat well, you don't exercise, you don't go to the doctor, but you take everybody else to the doctor. I've seen this happen in real life. I've seen people, I saw one woman in my class a while ago, took care of her elderly mom with health problems, her husband with health problems, until in her 60s, she ended up in the ER. And the doctor said, if you don't start taking care of yourself, you're going to die. And she didn't even know she was sick because she was so focused, so enmeshed with her husband and mother. That's all she did was think about how they felt and not how she felt. Do you give up your own opinions when other people disagree? So you've got this shaky opinion of yourself, and as soon as somebody disagrees, you go and agree with them, meaning you lose yourself. That's enmeshment. You don't maintain your own opinion. Do you worry that other people will get upset with you if you don't do what they want? So you just give in. Again, enmeshment, because if someone gets upset, I can't tolerate that. So I just have to go be who they want me to be. Do you feel guilty when you say no? This is beginning to think about maybe I might have a different opinion, but I feel really, I'm kind of weak. I'm still struggling not being enmeshed with you. So I say no, but oh, I feel so guilty. I'm telling myself I might be wrong. So my fingers are not lined up completely. Okay, so I'm really having a hard time starting to pull away. That's when you feel guilty for saying no. Do family members resent it when you do things on your own, or when you do things differently than what they want, or you say no to their requests? Like, for instance, your family of origin always expected you to follow in your father's footsteps. He's a lawyer, you got to be a lawyer. He's a doctor, you got to be a doctor. Your mom's a teacher, you got to be a teacher. Whatever it is, your dad was in the military, you got to be in the military. Your dad played football, you got to play football. So, and you don't, and then all of a sudden, whoa, you stepped away. They don't like you, so they're mad. And you have a really hard time thinking, uh-oh, if I really hold on to my own and I say no, I'm going to lose them. And sometimes you do. Sometimes they treat you like the outsider, treat you like the person that betrayed the family when all you did was step away from the enmeshment and say, I don't want to be who you want me to be. And then, boom, you're like the bad guy. But if your family's resenting it when you don't want to go along with what they want you to do and be, then that is a sign that there's enmeshment in your family. Do you feel other people's feelings and find it hard to separate from their feelings? Enmeshment. So somebody else is depressed, your child is depressed, maybe you got a child with depression, got a child, a spouse with depression or anger. And when that person is depressed or angry or upset, you can't maintain your own feelings. You get pulled in and they feel bad and you feel bad. And so now your day is ruined. That's enmeshment, not separateness. So if I'm healthy, the other person, I can say, oh, you're having a bad day, you're upset, you're angry, or you're depressed or sad. I see that, I care, but I'm not angry. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to be depressed because you're depressed. I'm going to be okay because I'm not. I don't feel the same thing you feel. I'm going to take care of myself and do what I need to do today. I'll care for you if I can in a healthy way, but I don't have to go there with you. I don't have to be in the same place. I don't have to feel what you feel. I don't have to like what you like, but I don't have to feel that. I don't have to be down because you're down. I don't have to be upset because you're upset. So I don't have to get drawn into the dynamics. I don't have to try to fix a relationship and triangulate into it and make mom and sister get along better by standing in the middle and trying to make everything okay. I don't have to do that. I don't have to get drawn into that enmeshment. Do you resent others doing things without you? If you are uncomfortable with your spouse or your child or your child and the husband or your child and his wife and or your family or your sister or your friend, if you get upset when any one of those people make a choice to do something without you, that shows that you're enmeshed with them, that you're thinking, you have to be like me. You have to do everything with me. If you get upset when your spouse makes choices different from you, you're showing that you want that person to be the same as you. I want you to like the beach because I like the beach. And I'm not okay if you don't like the beach. You got to go to the beach with me, or you have to go to church with me. You have to do everything I do, or I won't be okay. And then I have to give it up if you don't do it. So I have to make you do it and like it. Enmeshment. Okay. Now you might enjoy having that person with you, as we often do when we're married, but you should not have to in order to be okay. That is enmeshment. Do you become overly involved in people's problems, feeling that you should solve them, whether it's your friends, your siblings, your mothers? I gave that example, people in your workplace, your children with your spouse. Do you feel like you have to solve everything? That's enmeshment. That's you feeling like you're responsible for other people's choices and other people's relationships. That's enmeshment. So obviously, saying yes to any of those questions is an example of you being enmeshed. There was a time when I would have said yes to every single one of those. And I don't say yes to those anymore. I used to be enmeshed horribly. I was so enmeshed. I'm going to divulge something right here, and you're going to think, oh my gosh. When I first got married, I was 20 years old, and my husband was 27 years old. Ladies, can you believe that I had a group of very close friends? They were my friends from college, and they all lived around me. And I told them, this is no joke, that I did not need them as friends anymore because I had gotten married. Was I ever enmeshed. I thought my husband and I would do everything together. That's all I needed. I wanted him to be with me all the time. I wanted him to spend his every moment, which he did when we were dating, except when he went to work, but he didn't when after we got married. Then he wanted to do other things, and I could not handle it because I was so enmeshed and so codependent. I was so threatened by that I felt abandoned and flipped out, and I I learned, it took a while, that I did need my friends and that I did need other women and other people and other things in my life. But I went along with all of that because that's how I was. I was raised in a dysfunctional home, and I was very dependent and very enmeshed. And I was happy to be married. And I just was like, oh, I got it. That's the it. Fill up that little hole in my heart from that dysfunctional family where we didn't have that wonderful, loving family. And I thought, okay, I've got it now, and I'll just get rid of everything else. Luckily, I was smart enough to stay in college. My husband supported education too, and finish my degrees so that I did get my education. But I was very enmeshed. But you can grow out of it because I am not enmeshed now. I am able to say no to all of those, and you can too. So, but becoming your own person means you're going to have to tolerate disapproval from other people, and that might be your spouse, and they will give you pressure, put pressure on you, and push back to get you to stay because enmeshed families want to keep you enmeshed, and they will push back on you to keep you going along with their enmeshment. And so you got to be strong and you got to be willing to face the backlash and to stand up to it. But change starts with an awareness. So recognizing that you're enmeshed and recognizing what you need to do to get out of being enmeshed is step one. Now, if you've recognized you're enmeshed, are you willing to begin to step away and begin to focus on developing who you are as a person because God wants you to? Here's a couple of verses. Proverbs 14:10. These talk about us being individuals. Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can share its joy. No matter how close we are to someone, no one else really, really knows what it feels like to be us, to be you, only you. Romans 14:12. So then each of us will give an account of ourselves to God, not our mom and dad together, not our husband and wife together, not the parent and child, each. No matter how closely intertwined, each will give an account to God. And Psalm 139, oh my gosh, I'm going to read 1 through 18. Listen to how God created each of us. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in from behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me and the light become night around me, even the darkness will be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. For you, God, created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I am awake, I am still with you. God's thoughts are toward the individual, not towards two people together, not separated. Okay. We are separate beings. God created us as individuals, sees us as individuals. We will all die as individuals and then give an account to God as individuals. So I hope that kind of cleared up what enmeshment is and give you some insight. So my classes are excellent for helping you get out of codependency, get out of enmeshment, and helping you to develop a healthy self. So I hope I will see you there. God bless you.